Sometime around 2003, 2004, as Education City was beginning to evolve, Bob Gallucci in our School of Foreign Service was approached by some colleagues in Doha.
The idea for the School of Foreign Service going to Qatar came to us, or we received it from the government of Qatar. They went to a former ambassador of the United States' ambassador to Qatar, and that was Patrick Theros.
And when they asked him, Patrick Theros, to recommend a school that could set up a branch campus, he recommended Georgetown.
That was good of Patrick to do. Turns out he was a graduate of the School of Foreign Service from the mid-60s.
And that's why they showed up on our doorstep. Neither of us, I must say, knowing very much about the other. I thought, we don't set up branch campuses. This seemed a very large stretch for Georgetown.
I said I didn't think it was at all likely that Georgetown University, the School of Foreign Service, would be opening a branch campus anywhere on the planet.
And to tell the truth, I had never been to the Gulf, but I came down and we met with a delegation from the Qatar Foundation to discuss their proposal to establish a branch campus in Doha.
The very first visit that I made to Education City in Doha, and I was with Jim Reardon-Anderson and the Dean of the college, Jane McAuliffe, and the three of us were meeting with Sheikha Moza, who is, to use an overused phrase, a force of nature. We were completely blown away by her enthusiasm and expression of the vision. And I recollect coming out of that session, and Jim said, "I think that went pretty well. What do you think, Bob?" And I said, "Well, Jim, I thought that went exceedingly well, and I'm pretty well persuaded."
You know, in the end, there were three very compelling reasons for us that enabled me to recommend to our board of directors that this project required our support. First, this was a project our faculty really wanted to engage. Second, we knew we were going to have an opportunity to explore global higher education in a very new way. The third, and perhaps most significant reason for us, was a mission reason. We knew we were going to have an opportunity to educate young people in Doha that we'd never be able to get here to Washington. And so for us to be able to bring a Georgetown education into the region as part of this exciting global higher education project was very, very compelling.
The agreement was signed on May 17th, 2005, and four of us hit the ground in Doha shortly thereafter, and there was no students, no faculty, no building, no school, and we had to open in August.
And Sheikha Moza's view was, it can be done, it will be done. And so we did it.
Somehow, magically, it all came together in our new student orientation at the end of August 2005, and it actually happened. I remember we showed up, we didn't even have recordings of the university alma mater or the national anthem, and therefore and of us who were there were about 20 of us assembled by that time, we had to sing it live on stage. We made it through that new student orientation, and we were in business.
My first visit came in October 2005, and I had a chance to meet with all of our students. And I remember the feeling, if I closed my eyes, I felt I was in Copley Hall listening to our students here on the hilltop. The kinds of concerns, the passion, the idealism, the depth of engagement. Oh, I knew something was very special.
Those were frankly, the best years of my professional life. I absolutely loved every day of being there. It was an entirely new experience every day. I never knew what the problem would be, and I had a tremendous time.
It's hard to believe this is 10 years. I just feel like we started yesterday. And I just can't believe that at this time in the history of the university, we were given an opportunity to try to understand what it means to be Georgetown. And for us to be able to do this with our colleagues in Doha has been just so extraordinary for us, and an incredible privilege and an honor to be a part of.